A winning start for PBA champion and Gilas Pilipinas legend Jimmy Alapag in the latest chapter of his coaching journey. Alapag won his first 2 games in the NBA G League as an assistant coach for the Stockton Kings. The team beat the Santa Cruz Warriors twice to tip off the season. Alapag is one of the 3 deputies of head coach Bobby Jackson. Coach Jimmy previously helped call the shots for the Sacramento Kings in the NBA Summer League, even winning a championship back in August. I got to speak to the Mighty Mouse, who shares what his experience has been like so far.
To be honest, Dre, all of this has just been, beyond anything I could have imagined. I'm thankful from not only, my second go-round in the NBA Summer League this past summer, but now with this opportunity with Stockton, getting a chance to be around, Coach Bobby and the rest of our staff. We just have a great group of people around the organization. We have a great group of guys, the core of our team that won the summer league, and so I feel like, we have a bit of a head start as we start the league season, and again, just hoping that we can give ourselves a chance to be there in the end.
Just really happy for you looking at the pictures right now with Coach Bobby Jackson. I admired him, by the way, like when he was playing for the Kings with C. Webb, with Mike Bibby, Vlade Divac, Peja, those guys back in the early 2000s. Your coaching career, Coach Jimmy, has been going on for several years now. You were the head coach for the San Miguel team for San Miguel Pilipinas. When you won the ABL title back in 2018, I was even the commentator for that Game 5. I remember that game in Thailand, and you were even an assistant for our very own Gilas Pilipinas. How would you compare all your previous coaching jobs to the one that you have now there in the in Sacramento with the Kings?
Well, Dre, I think getting into coaching, I'm still relatively new, even though I've been coaching now for about 5 years. But I think it's just a constant learning process. Going back when I retired years ago, getting a chance to be around Coach Norman Black. That first year after retirement, I still feel like that was just huge in terms of, getting hands-on experience to be around someone who's had, a Hall of Fame coaching career in the Philippines, and, learning so much from Coach Norman. We've known each other from, my rookie year way back. And so I just felt like that was a great experience for me. Then carrying over to, my time with Alab, again, just continuing to learn. And, it was my first experience as a head coach, at the professional level. And then now, with this opportunity, again, being in the NBA G League, and learning from Coach Bobby. And, he's been in the NBA now as a player and as a coach for over 20 years.
Wow.
Honestly, Dre, just thankful, thankful for this whole experience, super excited. And, for me, my goal is just to really pour all my energy, all my focus into making sure that, this Stockton team, has a successful season, and that, the Stockton community itself will be proud of the team that we put on the court.
So, Coach, can you tell us more about your role? Because you and Bobby are both point guards, but you play differently. Like, of course, he is the head coach. But what are you focusing more, especially when you're helping these guys? Are you more on the offensive side of the ball, like on the defense? Like, what do you teach the players of the Stockton Kings?
Well, right now, Dre, it's similar to my role that we had in Summer League. Our other assistant, he's like the associate head coach, Will Scott.
Yeah.
He handles the defense.
Okay.
And I'm working closely with Coach Bobby on the offensive end, which is great because, being 2 former point guards, being able to share ideas. This is his first head coaching experience. So, being able to try to help him in any way I can, from my experience as a head coach for, the past few years. But again, it's just great. At the root of it, Dre, I love the game.
Yes.
The game has been such a huge part of my life. And,
of course.
I grew up watching the game, and to be coaching, alongside somebody who I have so much respect for, and I grew up, watching, and all those classic, Western Conference Finals series with the Lakers, and, how fun it was to watch that Sacramento Kings team with Peja and Vlade and the rest of the guys.
Yep.
So, again, just thankful for this whole experience and really looking forward. We're 2 games in. We have our home opener coming up this weekend. So excited to get down to Stockton and see our fans down there and, hopefully keep this thing going.
Galing, Coach. I'm just really blown away. Watching you from afar. It's just amazing. It's just an amazing journey for you.
Thank you, man. Thanks.
Yeah, galing, Coach. Stockton Kings, you mentioned 2 games in, di ba, Coach? And of course, it is a G League affiliate of the Sacramento Kings. Let's talk more about the Stockton Kings, Coach, for those who are not familiar with the Stockton Kings.
So, Dre, the Stockton Kings, like you said, is the G League affiliate for the Sacramento Kings. Coach Bobby and our staff, we work hand in hand with Coach Luke and try to mirror what the Kings do, but at the same time, they've been great in allowing Coach Bobby to kind of implement, his culture and his style as a head coach as well. We just got back from our first road trip of the season at Santa Cruz, which is the Golden State Warriors affiliate. Thankfully we got our first 2 wins, and now we're getting ready for our home opener, on Sunday and Monday against the Agua Caliente team, which is the Los Angeles Clippers G League affiliate. So we'll be opening up against them on Sunday afternoon at our home arena in Stockton. So just really looking forward to being down there and seeing our fans for the first time in the arena. And I know our guys are excited to get down there too.
Any names that we should take note of? Like, of course, we when we go back down the line, we remember Chris Anderson, Danny Green, a lot of names. Hassan Whiteside. There are a lot of names that were great call-ups from the D League then. Now the G League being called up to the NBA. So are there any names that we should take note of? Watch out for?
Absolutely. Yeah. I may be a little biased with our guys because I've been able to see them up close now for the last 4 or 5 months from going back before the summer league. But I would definitely be on the lookout for names like Luke King, Nimi Keita, our center from Portugal, Marcus Graves, who played locally at Sacramento State, Matt Coleman, another point guard from the University of Texas, and Ade Murkey, who was in the G League last year with the Iowa team and played at the University of Denver. Those are all, great players, Dre, but for me, they're great people. And, they're going to be a big part of what we're doing. Yeah. And we'll see how long we have them. With the G League call-ups, you never know. But again, our focus is trying to have as successful of a season as we can and try to develop our players the best we can. And, again, it's just exciting, man. I can't believe that our season's here. Yeah. And looking forward to our home opener again on Sunday.
Well, I'm taking down names, the names that you mentioned, because of course Juan Toscano Anderson doing well with the Warriors now, Gary Payton II, Kendrick Nunn, a lot of names, a lot of prominent names. So I'm really remembering the names that you mentioned, Coach Jimmy. Babalikan kita.
For sure.
Coach, you and the Kings are off to a hot start, winning back-to-back games against Santa Cruz. You mentioned against the Warriors. We know there's still a long way to go this season. It's a long season, and the Kings are also still trying to win their first G League title. You just won the Summer League, but of course, it is a different league now in the G League. What will it take, in your opinion, Coach, the way you know the guys already, and what will it take for your team, this particular team, to win that G League title, Coach?
Dre, I think it'll just be important for us. I think Coach Bobby has laid down a great foundation and a great culture with our team. I think they understand our expectations and our goals as a team for the season. I think, it'll be important for us to stay healthy. And again, just find a level of consistency. There's still, my goodness, I think there's still 50 plus games to go. So it's still very, very early. But again, we're really excited about the group we have. Having the core group of our guys in the Summer League, our hope is that there'll be a carryover to what we built in the summertime, and hopefully, take on this new challenge in this G League season. And again, just find a level of consistency, both offensively and defensively, as we go through the year. But again, I'm really excited about our group.
We've we've got part 2 of my conversation with the one and only Jimmy Alapag. After this really quick break, you're tuned in to Sports Ask only here on CNN Philippines, where we go all out for the day's top sports stories. Stay tuned. It's been a while since decorated PBA champion Jimmy Alapag decided to make coaching his main gig. After retiring as a player in 2016, Alapag went on to join coaching staffs in various leagues, including the PBA itself, as well as the ASEAN Basketball League. Now, in part 2 of my conversation with the Mighty Mouse, the now Stockton Kings assistant coach talks about his growth as a coach.
I think this experience, Dre, especially, going back, 4 or 5 months ago from the Summer League, and that being my second time, and really having a more defined role in the Summer League this past year, and again now this opportunity in the G League. I think I've grown, leaps and bounds in the last 5 or 6 months, and really just getting a firm grasp of how things work in the NBA and the NBA G League, and just really, I think the thing that's blown me away the most is just the attention to detail in everything, from our film breakdown to our practice prep to our post-game meetings, all of it, and how all of those things are key components to, again, helping our team be as successful as possible. But again, I'm thankful to be a part of a great staff. There's Coach Bobby Jackson, Coach Will Scott, and then Coach Akachi Akugo, who's been around the NBA for a number of years. So just putting our heart and our mind together to try to come up with the best game plan for our team. But again, just being able to help not only on the offensive side of the ball, but when it comes down to breaking down video, player development, and being out there on the court with the guys. I mean, all of it. I just, I feel it, and I see the growth that I've had as a coach, and that whole process continues. But again, I really hope, Dre, that my stint here in the G League, even though it's my first season, I hope that it encourages other organizations and other teams to see that coaches from abroad, particularly in the Philippines, are more than capable of helping and adding value to an organization. So that's really my goal, on top of obviously our team goals. And I'm doing my best to do that.
Of course. And you mentioned coaches that, are capable, and you've played for so many great coaches. You mentioned Coach Norman Black already, his name, and of course he was an influence for you. We also know that you played for the great Chot Reyes. And recently, Coach Chot, I'm sure you know about this, and he steered TNT back to the top of the Philippine Cup, his first conference since returning to the PBA. I'm going to ask you, Coach Jimmy, what did you pick up from both Coach Norman and Coach Chot that you're applying there now as a coach?
I think the biggest thing I took from Coach Norman is, again, just the attention to detail. He is very, very particular in how he prepares the teams. Whether he was helping us with Gilas or our time together at Morocco and Talking Text. And Coach Chot, he's always been a great motivator. I think it was obvious again this past Philippine Cup, and how he was able to put the new younger generation, I guess, of Talking Text, and still mix them in with the veteran guys who've been there for a number of years. Guys like Jason and Ryan and Kelly. But again, they played really well, and I know the bubble wasn't, easy circumstances for the PBA or the players, the coaches, but credit to them for going out there and getting it done.
Well, Coach Jimmy, Coach Chot has compared your 3P team. Of course, that will happen. These two generate, right? The 3P team that you had to this current team that they have. And I remember I was talking to Jason, I think last week. He was with Mikey, and we were talking about how now the passing of the baton, like his role now was your role when you were guiding him, and now he's guiding Mikey. Your thoughts first on the comparison. And just for fun, Coach, who do you think will win in a 7-game series? Your 3P team or this team right now that we just saw won the Philippine Cup?
Dre, no disrespect to the new Talking Text team, but it wouldn't be close.
I knew it.
But I just say that because
Yeah.
you know our team. You know, we were together for a number of years.
Of course.
You know, we won 5 championships together. You know, we had the three-peat. You know, together, and I just felt like our team. You know, the bond and the chemistry and camaraderie that we had. I mean, it was very, very special. You know, those guys are my brothers for life. But again, you know, no disrespect to this Stockton Kings team. I think, you know, them winning this Philippine Cup, you know, lays down the foundation for this new group. And, you know, I think the challenge for them will be to see how far that they can take it. But, you know, again, they've got great leadership and a veteran, you know, championship experience and leadership with guys like Jason and Kelly and Ryan, but then great young players. You know, Mikey Williams is you know, came out blazing in his rookie year. You know, you have Troy and Roger, who, you know, are national team players. So, you know, poised there now, you know, giving them a presence in the middle alongside Kelly. So, you know, they've got a lot of great pieces. But again, I think their challenge will be to see, now that they've won one, where they can take it. But yeah, they're not seeing our 3-peat team yet. Not quite yet.
So in a 7-game series, will it be a sweep in favor of your team, or like do you see like going the distance just for fun?
I'll give them one, Dre. That's about it.
Thank you again, Coach Jimmy Alapag, now an assistant coach for the Stockton Kings. And